everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Tane, and today is an episode on past MAFS, participants that we've had. And today I have a special guest, and I have a groom this time. I know I've had brides in the past, and it's Airris from season 16. Hi, Airris. How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm well. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is going to be fun because I have a lot of questions. The people have a lot of questions, and I'm hoping that you have answers.
I
So
will.
before
I will
I
try
dive
my
into
best.
no worries. Before I dive into this, catch us up on what has been going on with you. How are you doing? Do you have a dog and all of the things?
Okay. I still do not have a dog, although that's on my list. So hopefully I'll have a dog soon, maybe by the end of the summer. What's new with me? I just recently moved to the DMV, DC to be exact. So
Hmm.
I've been here for about 3 months now. It still doesn't
Yeah.
feel like home. I'm still settling in. I actually miss Nashville. I didn't think I would say that like moving here, but
Yeah.
sometimes you leave a place and you kind of appreciate it a little bit more. But yeah, so that's
Yeah.
pretty much the main new thing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Welcome to the DMV. And from someone who's moved around a lot, I always say the mark is about 4 years, which sounds like a long time, but about 4 years,
Yeah, the
you'd be like, oh,
I know. That sounds about right though, because it takes a while to like build up your own community and all of that and make new friends. So
yeah, you'll
I'm
find
patient.
your spots and things. Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah.
It'll come. All right. So we know that you still haven't experienced married sex yet, but what is your relationship status? Are you single? Are you still on the streets? What's going on?
I'm not in the streets. I am. I'm single, but it's complicated. I'm single. I'm single.
Complicated. Facebook status
That's
says
just
it's
that's
complicated.
Yeah, that's just the honest answer. It's the honest answer.
Okay. Well, when your season came out on Netflix, I know like when that happens, people start sending you messages, you have to relive the whole thing all over again. How
Yeah.
was that for you? What was that process like for you?
So by the time it came out on Netflix, I was already kind of prepared, because when it was live on TV, you get an influx of
Yeah.
followers, you get messages from
Yeah.
strangers. So I was kind of prepped a little bit, but it was just weird, because for those people when it came on Netflix, it was new to them. But for us
Yeah.
that went through it in real life,
Hmm.
it's almost 3 years old at that point. So people,
Yeah.
they feel some type of way. They might be angry or they got questions, and I'm like, man, this was 3 years ago. I mean, I get it, like, they're
Yeah.
experiencing it for the first time, but it was kind of awkward, but also not awkward in the sense that we've kind of already been through it before.
Okay. So, I mean, for your case, we can agree that
Yeah,
there is no good way to tell someone that you're matched with that you're not attracted to them. But I think you did it to the best of your ability. But from your point of view,
yeah.
how do you think the viewers saw you? Were you a villain or were you not?
In real life, I'm far from a villain, and I would bet
Yeah,
any
yeah,
amount of money. I would bet any amount of money, even if you was to ask Jasmine, she would say the same thing.
yeah,
Um, that's not an easy thing to say, and especially on national TV. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't think any of us signed up to like embarrass or try to shame anybody in any type of way. So,
yeah,
I mean, it is tough. It's just a unique situation. I mean, everybody knows the concept of the show. You're marrying a stranger, so you're hopeful that it works out. Like, I mean,
yeah,
I wasn't a huge follower of the show before the show,
yeah.
but the process was
Hmm.
kind of new to me. And then when I heard about it, I kind of did a little research and saw some other previous seasons and was looking at some of the other black couples, and I'm like, wow, like everybody would love to have like a Woody, Woody
Yeah,
story. Like that's dope. Like I met him in real life and hear
yeah.
how he talks about his wife. I was like, wow, that'd be pretty cool to experience the same thing, but it's unfortunately just wasn't my same experience.
Were you saying that you met him before you did the show
No, no, I mean I'm talking about
or
after the show.
after? After.
I'm
Okay.
saying
Okay.
I watched a little bit of his season before, just to
Okay.
for me to get an idea of what Married at First Sight was even all about.
Gonna be like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Which leads me to my question, which is like, okay, for someone who had never been in love and seemingly
right.
had commitment issues, I don't know, is it had, is it has, I don't know, but commitment issues, and had never kind of
Yeah.
seen the show and you saw a few episodes, what percentage were you thinking this might work out, or why did you think this would be a good idea to go through with this, with all of that?
Um, I don't know if I have a percentage. I just thought like it's possible, like it could work out. Dating
Yeah,
apps or different avenues hadn't worked, so maybe this could. And then, like I said, I saw some of the other success stories from the prior
yeah,
seasons that worked out.
yeah,
But also, I mean, at the end of the day, it's only 8 weeks. I mean, if
yeah,
I'm just being honest about it, like if it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, it's 2 months. That's what I was thinking
yeah,
in the moment.
yeah,
I wasn't prepared for a lot of the stuff that came after it. Like
yeah,
messages and just
yeah,
having people in your business. Like I said, I wasn't like a huge follower of the show, so and
hmm,
I think anyone who does any type of reality TV or you expose your life in that way, I don't know if it's production's job, but like somebody should kind of prepare you for that.
yeah, I hear you because I spoke to Alexis not long ago, and that's what she said. It was just like, if I had known what I was getting myself into, I'll be better prepared
Yeah,
and know how to, get on that. But I want to go back to something that you said because I think you answered the question by saying that it's just 8 weeks to you because I think not everybody that comes on the show thinks that. Like it's just 8 weeks. Whatever happens, if it works out, that's great. If it doesn't, some people come like this is my chance to be married, putting my all into it. And from what we saw of you, you seem like a chill guy. You're
yeah.
not like this is the be all end all. So that makes sense that you're like, let's just see how it goes and what happens with that. Okay. So and
I,
I
I
agree with you that probably go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I think some people may agree with me. I don't know if they would say it though, because it
Mhm.
doesn't sound like the
Oh,
right thing to say. You know what I mean? But it's just kind
yeah.
of honestly what I was thinking.
And I do say though, you have to be a certain kind of person to go on reality TV. Like me, I know I would never. Like I could never.
Yeah,
I can't take all that. So that's why I give you guys kudos for it. But I'm like, there's a gene you guys have to go on
right, right,
TV
right. Yeah.
in
No,
the
it's
first place.
cool. It's a lot. Yeah.
But looking back though, would you
Okay.
say hindsight is 2020 that you were ready to get married?
2020. And people not gonna believe it. I would say yes if it was the right situation. I just didn't feel like it would not have been fair to me or to Jasmine for me to just force myself in that situation. Like I don't.
Yeah.
And even looking back on it now, I wish both of us could have gotten a better experience out of it because
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the things the cameras didn't catch, we were actually cool. Like off camera, like we would hang
Mhm.
out. We would like go grab food, go grab drinks. We would have, pretty dope conversations. But it was kind of awkward though because you know why you're there. You know what I mean? And it's like even if we're
Yeah.
having like a conversation and we're laughing and I'm being silly and it's kind of lighthearted. At the end of the day, we know why we're here, and that connection just isn't getting closer and closer and closer. So it was kind of awkward, but I mean, I give us both credit, even her. Like I couldn't.
Yeah.
She was very strong for putting up with a lot of that.
Yeah. Um, at what point did you know that yeah, this is not gonna happen? Was it after
uh,
the applause? Before the applause at the altar?
no, so that's funny. So I remember, when they revealed to me that I was being chose, right? And so I remember
Mhm.
Pastor Cal asking me a question. He's like, you got any worries or whatever? And I'm like, man, it's a stranger. Like, like it just kind of
Mhm.
hit me in the moment. I was like, what if I'm not attracted to this person? Or what if I'm not into this person?
Yeah.
He was like, whatever
Yeah.
you do. And I feel like I wear my emotions. So he was like, whatever you do, do not let this person down. Like at the wedding, like of all moments, like
Mhm.
her family's gonna be there, your family's gonna be there. Like do whatever you gotta do to just not ruin that moment.
Yeah.
And when she came out, I saw how nervous she was. Is anybody? I was nervous. She was nervous. I was almost like I could hear her breathe, like almost like hyperventilating because she was just so nervous,
Mhm.
as you can imagine, right? You walking down the
Yeah,
aisle
yeah, of
to
course.
married stranger. So I don't know, something in me was just like clap. So I started clapping, and when I did it, I felt like it worked. Like it kind of eased her nerves. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of
Yeah.
what that was about. But back to your question, when did I know that it was not gonna work? I'm gonna say I had reservations early, but probably when I knew maybe I'm trying to replay the episodes in my head so to be a better visual. But I'll just say 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks. Okay, that's later than I thought. I guess, okay, a follow-up question would be, when did you let her know? Because I thought that was the honeymoon. A
When did I let her know what?
that this was
Okay,
not working out for you, that you
yeah,
were not attracted to her.
yeah, the attraction. But
Was
part of
that,
me was I was trying to get out of
yeah,
my own. I was trying to get out of my own way and just see if like there's
yes,
something that I could find. Like just
yes.
anything. Like I said, I do believe attraction can grow. Like I've been around people
Mhm.
uh, in much less stressful situations, though, right? You know what I mean? Like,
Without the cameras. Yes.
yeah, like imagine if me and you are part of the same friend group and
Mhm.
you invite me over to game night and I see one of your friends, let's
Mhm.
call your friend Sheila. I might initially not be attracted to Sheila. Like I might not be like,
Mhm.
dang, like Sheila's bad or whatever, but maybe as some weeks, months go by, I'm like, you know what, Sheila's funny as hell. Or
Mhm.
every time I see her, she flies as hell. Like I like her style. It's something about her that draws me to her. So I was back to the show. I was trying to see if there was a possibility of something like that, happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a conversation very early on about the attraction, because
Okay.
so okay, like wedding night, you've probably learned by now the wedding is super, super long. Like you get married, then
Mhm.
they're pulling you in different directions. It's like a 16, 17-hour day. You barely even get to talk to the person
Yeah.
because they're like, Airris, go talk to her sisters. Airris, go talk to her dad. Jasmine, go talk to his cousin.
Mhm.
Jasmine, so finally, when we get together at the end of the night, it's like 4 a.m. All the cameras are gone. What does she think about like the other couples and da 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 da? She's telling me like, some people aren't really attracted to their matches, da 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 da. But she said the girls talked about sex like as a group, and
Mhm.
she was like, I told
Yeah.
them. She said I told them I wasn't having sex on the first night, but I would be willing to do it on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
So I took that as like you're kind of into me, like
Yeah.
you're kind of letting me know like when we get to the honeymoon, like it's on, or
Mhm.
it's possible that it's on, So we
Yeah.
get to the honeymoon, things are cool, but there's just never that
Yeah.
physical like connection, So
Mhm.
our first night back in the apartment, we moved to the apartment. Our first night sleep, I'm knocked out. It's like 3 in the morning, and she like nudges me like, Eris, wake up. Probably because she's been up all night, in her head.
Thinking
Right,
about
right,
it. Mhm.
rightfully so. Like that's a normal
Mhm.
feeling. And she's like, why don't we have any sexual chemistry? And please be honest with me.
Yeah.
So part of it was just the kind of initial attraction, not being there, and then there was some other things that I won't
Yeah.
get into. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so we had that conversation. So she kind of knew pretty early on. That's like a
Okay.
week in, but she's probably
Yeah.
she's probably still hopeful. And me, part of me is kind of thinking maybe it could change. But then it got to a point
Mhm.
where I just kind of knew. And after a certain point, I don't know if anybody, after a certain point, you have to stay to the end. Like if you don't, I don't know if you knew about that, but yeah, if you don't
Yeah.
Like Mac and Dom, for instance, if you get out, I think in the first 2 weeks, you're okay, but if you stay after that, like you almost have to stay, towards the end. And not that I was being held hostage. I'm not trying to make it seem like that. Like I wasn't miserable. Like
Yeah.
she's a great person. We got along. We shared a lot of jokes and laughs, but it was just a friendly environment. So fast forward to all the things. Decision days is coming up, right? So
Yeah.
she meets with one of my cousins, another one of my cousins, that
We're
this
gonna get
right, right.
there.
But this episode isn't aired for whatever reason. I mean, they film a lot of stuff. Some stuff they show, some stuff they don't. Anyway,
Yeah.
my
Hmm.
cousin she was asking my cousin for advice. My cousin's like, Airris likes the outdoors, maybe plan a hike. Airris loves certain types of food, so she finds out I love sweet potato pie. And shout out to Jasmine, 'cause she went to my mom and asked my mom to teach her how to make sweet potato
Oh.
pie. Yeah, so she went over to my mom's house. They made sweet potato pie. She told me like, what are you doing Saturday? Leave this time free. So she planned this whole picnic. We went to the park. We was out on the blankets.
Hmm.
Stars is up. Eat sweet potato pie. We're talking. This is like,
Wow.
and this is about like 10 days before decision. So decision day is coming. You know.
Yeah.
And I talked to my mom, asking my mom, like how it went. And she's like, yeah, like it was nice, and Jasmine really nice. My mom like loved Jasmine, by the way. I don't know if I think
Yeah.
I said that. Yeah. So she's like, yeah, Jasmine was talking
Yeah.
about. Jasmine was saying like how after decision day, you guys need to find a place to live together. And I was like, oh, okay, because part of me thought it was obvious,
That.
but
Yeah.
in fairness, I could see how someone would
Hmm.
still have hope. You came on the show for a reason. You wanted to work out. Like I came on the show with those same intentions. So about a week before decision day, she was like, decision day is next week. Like, how are you feeling about it? And I don't even think
Hmm.
the couples are supposed to talk about it like that. Like, you're supposed to tell the person, live in the moment,
Um.
like if it's a yes or
Hmm.
no. So I was just like, it's probably a no for me. And there was like an awkward pause, until
Hmm.
she was saying, you don't think it would be different, like without the cameras and thing and everything, which I do think it would be different. Like it would be less
Yeah.
stressful, but I was just like, honestly, I just view this more as a friendship,
Friendship.
and
Hmm.
basically, I don't want to force it because, like I said, we neither one of us deserve that. Like the wedding that she just had
Yeah.
like a month ago, like that's what she
Yeah.
deserves, and I'm super
Yeah.
happy for her, So and
I mean,
hope
you called it at the reunion. You
what
said, a year from two from now when Jazz is married and happy. And I was like, well, you called
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, she was ready. Like she was probably ready 5 years before she went on the show, So like I knew it was gonna happen for her.
Yeah. I think that's part of our frustration as a viewer is we tend to have the wives that are so ready, no offense, paired with grooms that are not quite there or something just doesn't happen. And it's kind of like, oh man, if only there was a different, person they were
Yeah.
matched with. But I have many questions from everything
Okay.
that you said. So, okay, so we knew the attraction wasn't there, and the number one question. That is what everybody wants to know, even though this is going to be like Beyonce and Jay Z's fight in the elevator. We're never going to know what
Yeah.
happened or what the reason was. But I think the question is, was it more a physical thing or a personality thing? Because I shared with some of my listeners and thinking about it is, was she too much of a goody two shoes for a freak like you? Was that?
No, no, that was not it. That was not it. And I think, and I'm pretty sure in the right situation, like if the energy was there and it was like a normal situation where we both were into each other,
Yeah.
like I feel like we could have connected sexually. I feel like she could have, matched the energy per se. I don't think that was a problem. It was just, I don't know. It was just the attraction, and I will admit I was in my head about it way more than
Yeah.
probably a normal situation without cameras, right? Because you're getting asked about it
Mm-hmm.
constantly. Like
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
me and Jasmine could be talking about. music. And
Yeah.
production would be like, hey, wait a minute, like nobody cares about y'all talking about me. We need to know why y'all ain't getting it in. You know what I mean? So now you just like ruined this natural,
Moment.
organic, progressive moment. So it was just like
Yeah.
it was a constant thing that was, and I get it, it's TV, like that
Hmm.
people probably don't care about me or her music taste. They want to know, like, that gets people tuned into the show. Like, tune in next week. So
Yeah.
I understand, but being in the situation, they just kind of, it was just over. It just kind of became overbearing.
At
And
some
also,
point.
I was trying to be respectful, even though as bad as it may have looked, or I'm sure her feelings were hurt in a certain type of. I was still like, even some of my own friends, like some of my best friends, like, bro, like you might as well just smash, bro. Like it's there, just like kind of like men talk, barbershop talk. Just like, bro,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
crazy. If I was on there, I'd have been like, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, like why would I do that to you?
Yeah.
Like, that's just making the situation even worse. In my
I
opinion.
think there are two sides to it. Like when we watched it, I appreciated that you didn't do that because it was very obvious that it was not going to work. And if you had had sex, it would have been a whole different story, like you were using her. But on the flip side, with these new seasons that we're getting, I'm
Mhm.
not enjoying these sexless seasons. And I'm just like, guys, maybe if you, because I feel. I feel like this last season for Camille and Thomas, I think it helped them a lot because
Okay.
I can bet my money on it that he laid it down in the bedroom and it helped because if it was bad, that would be a whole different issue. But sometimes when you do that, especially since you guys were getting along so well, which is why I asked the personality question, like you said, attraction can grow. And I agree with
Yeah.
that. And something that you kept saying over the season was you wanted her to speak up, almost like you thought she was a little timid. So that's why I was wondering
Oh,
if it was a personality thing.
um, I, I mean, I don't know if that would have helped, but I just feel like it would have.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel like just overall as a person in a relationship. I mean, like like
Yeah.
some men like women who just sit there and be quiet and
Mhm,
whatever I say goes. Like that's not me.
mhm.
I don't know everything. I want to be wrong about stuff, and like call me out, challenge me. It's gonna make me a better person. It's gonna make the relationship a better person. So I was saying it in that aspect, but yeah, I don't really know if it would have changed
Made a
like
difference.
the overall outcome. Yeah.
Okay. Was there any behind the scenes nuggets or big thing that we didn't get to see on your wedding day that stands out to you?
On the wedding day, I'm trying to think. You got to. It's been 3 years,
It's too
and and, I,
early.
and, I, and
It
I'm
could
I'm
be
getting
nothing.
and I'm getting older. So hold on, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Okay. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine. Um, Let me see. Let's talk about your cousin,
Val.
Alina.
Talk about my
How's
cousin
she doing?
Valina. She's doing good. She's doing good. She's in Nashville with her kids and her boo, her man. She's thriving.
Okay. So my question is, how much of that was producers? How much of that was her?
A little bit of both. I think
Okay.
to be fair from her standpoint, she was coming at it from like first of all, like what are you even doing going on this show? 'Cause, like in her mind, she thought fair or not, like, she probably didn't really watch. She wasn't like a super follower of the show either. She thought like desperate people went on the show, like so men who had trouble like meeting women or
Yeah.
from a man's perspective, she could see why a woman would sign up for it. Like just fed up, like I keep meeting all these dudes, they ghosting me, men ain't worth nothing, da da da. Let me try the experts. But she didn't understand like why somebody because she didn't understand why I would go on it. Because I remember even
Yes.
one time she was like, "Bro, you was just trying to talk to my homegirl like a month, like what are you even doing?" So to her,
Yes.
it was kind of a joke, and she didn't really take any of it serious. But I don't think she like how they made it look like she had a problem with Jasmine per se. Like she didn't even know Jasmine enough to not like her. It, if that makes sense. So it was a little
Okay.
extra. I felt like she was unfairly. She was shown in an unfair light, but from the way she was shown, I could understand a lot of the
See
response.
how, yeah.
Yeah, I understand how it looked. Because that day, like when they, after the wedding, when you meet the fam, like I met her parents and her brother, and she met my
Yeah.
mom and my like when
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine walked in the house, she looked like she just worked a 16-hour shift. Like
You
she
said
looked,
so because you have
yeah,
no
she
filter.
looked. But I didn't know, like, cause my meeting was great. You know what I mean? Like, man, pops, we good. Me and her brother talking
Yeah.
about sneakers. Her mom was lovely. I had a great meeting. The food was good. when Jasmine come in, I'm like, golly, what happened to you? But I didn't know. And then I seen it. It's like, wow, that was kind of. It made sense why she
Yeah.
looked that way.
Yeah. Because even besides that, it's not productive on the day of the wedding to say don't do it. I mean,
Yeah,
what are you
yeah,
gonna do? Run away at that
right,
moment? So
right.
that's, and that's the thing. We can only speak on what we see. We don't know all the things behind, which is why I'm asking. And it just didn't seem like she was supportive. I'm with her. If I had a cousin, let me be honest. I didn't think
Mm,
you were ready to get married. I think it was like an 8-week vacation for you.
right.
And especially when we found out that 2 weeks before you slept with Jasmine's friend, it
Oh,
was
I
just
got I
like,
gotta
I would
talk. I
be
gotta
like,
talk about that too. We
okay,
can get
please
into
go
that
ahead.
too.
Now is the time.
All right. So I got to give y'all a timeline, fair or not, because some people took
Okay.
two different approaches. Like I remember Shaq said he hadn't talked to nobody in like 8, 9 months. Like it was a long time. Like he was single,
Mhm.
single. Like before the show.
Mhm.
Me, I didn't know nothing really about the show, honestly. Uh, I found out in April. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't even know if I'm gonna get picked. Like it's thousands of people, right? So towards the end of May, I
Mhm.
remember Memorial Day weekend. So that's the end of May, right? I meet this, I'm
Mhm.
out and about. I'm at a nice little venue. I meet a young lady. We kick it off for about all of June, the first week of July. So that's like 5.5 weeks. We doing all right. And then
Okay.
bam, middle of July, they tell me you've been picked. Mind you, I asked one of the producers before this. I was like, "Yo, like, how should I be approaching this?" He was like, "Approach it how you want to. I can't really tell you." But I was like, "I'm single right
Mhm.
now, but I do like I go out, I meet people. Like, should I just not have a life until I know that y'all about to pick me or not? Like that, like what if y'all don't pick me? What if July come, I don't get picked, and this lady that I done seen at a bar, or this lady that I saw at the gym, or this lady that I saw at Walgreens on aisle three, I didn't say, I could have blocked my own blessing. That's what I was thinking. So,
Oh my god.
and then what's the odds? That's just my luck. But the odds I meet somebody and then they just happen to know each other, and the whole friend narrative,
Yeah.
they ran with that. Like I don't even know if they had each other's phone number, but to be
Okay.
fair, they knew each other because Jasmine's younger sister and this girl, they were like really,
Mhm.
really good friends. Like they were
Okay.
friends. Like they grew up together. But to say her and Jasmine were friends, like that kind of got, oh, that was over exaggerated. It was. I mean,
It's
it
so
made
exaggerated.
it made good. It made for good TV. But I see what you're saying though.
But
Like 2 weeks before. But again, like what was I supposed to do? Just not. I didn't know
let
if I
me
was gonna
give
get
you
picked.
another
Yeah,
let me give you another
yeah.
alternative. Another
Give me another
alternative is
alternative.
you sign up for the show. You sign up for the show. You know there's a possibility you may or may not. And you sacrifice, like, you know what? I'm going to act like I'm engaged and start getting my mind right that, listen, this might be my person. I need to start getting used to the fact that I could be out on the streets. Doesn't mean I need to take it anywhere. If you don't get picked,
Right.
you go right back into the streets and you wouldn't have you pick right back where you left off. I believe in you to do that. And so that's another
They need
alternative.
they need to hire you. I asked. I mean, I should have known that. Like because what you just said makes perfect
Yes.
sense, and I should just know that. So any future MAFS contestants, Take that advice. Just
But
get somewhere and sit down for 2 or 3 months before the show.
okay. So like, okay, has anything changed in your dating habits from then and now in the 3 years, or are we still the
Oh,
same?
I think. Let me see. Because the show, one thing the show did was they was in your business, so they forced you to talk about stuff.
Mhm.
Like you
Well,
had
you
no
talked,
choice.
Airris.
No, and you had no
You did.
choice. If there was an issue, they're like, okay, we need y'all to talk about this. We need y'all to talk about that. So I think, well, not that I
Mm-hmm.
think I know. Like since the show, I have been better at. Sometimes you dating somebody and something could be bothering you. You kind of hold on to it, and then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you hold on to one thing, and then you hold on to another thing. Now you got like six little things that have built up unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So I think the show kind of helped me just
Yeah.
like nip stuff in the bud like right away. So I think that's
Yeah.
a major change that I saw, which has been beneficial.
Have you been in a long term relationship? I know it's complicated now, but have you been in a long term relationship? Long term, 6 months? Let me give you 6 months.
Yeah,
Not talking, not situationship. Okay, good.
yeah,
Okay.
6 months. Yeah, yeah. But then also, I kind of
Is
did
that
I kind of did
okay?
I kind of did the reverse of your advice. Like after the show, you would think I'll be ready to like really be back out there. I took like
Yeah.
I took like a 6 7 month break of like nothing. I should have like I did it back.
Wow.
I did it backwards. If that don't even make sense. I get, but I did it backwards. Like I should have did that before the show. But
Wow.
I
Okay, that's good.
yeah. So one, like after the show ends, but it doesn't air. So
Hmm.
you still have to wear your
Yeah.
ring, and so one was like to protect the integrity of the show, and then
Yeah.
two, I kind of wasn't prepared. I didn't know what to expect. So I was like, let me see how like the show is and how the reactions, how I feel like mentally about everything. So I just kind of wanted to
Hmm.
process that on my. I didn't want to like just bring anybody else in on that like right away. So I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
like that I was good before I kind of got back up.
Okay. And just to be clear, you mean like you were celibate for 6, 7 months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. I think that's, Dr. Pepper likes to say, even if your marriage doesn't work out, I hope you took something out of it. So, that's a win in that
Right. Yeah.
regard. Um, you mentioned when Dom and Mac asked for a divorce. I want to know more about that because one of the questions I was going to ask was when they asked for a divorce, did you wish that you could do that too at that time? Did you want to back out or were you down to film for the
Now
rest of the season?
I was down to still fill it out and see. I mean, I thought it was a slim chance, but I didn't just think it was like no way in hell, So I was still open to see
Hmm.
if something could change. And I
Okay.
wasn't, and at no point was I like miserable or anything. I said like me and Jasmine got along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we were
Yeah.
in no way was I annoyed or irritated by her or couldn't stand to be around anything like that. So what they had, whatever their reason was, we never really faced anything close to that.
Yeah. You also mentioned decision day where she asked. That was something I was going to ask too, because I think the night before when you guys are filming that scene, you were like, oh, you have some things to think about and things like that. Do they give you instructions like you have to keep it vague and don't be direct about what you're thinking or feeling or what your decision could be?
Yeah, because we had already talked about it.
Yeah.
Like we already
But
knew,
do the,
but you still have to like go through the process. You know what I mean? Like you still have to.
yeah.
There still has to be a quote unquote decision day. But if I do
Yeah.
think we were, I do believe we were the only couple though that did talk about like the decision before. Like I don't
Okay.
think I don't think. I mean, pretty much everybody pretty much knew what Gina and Clint were gonna say, but
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't think they talked about it. Or I know Shaq's decision was a real like it happened in the moment. It was a bond. Like that was real. It's not like he told
Uh,
her that before. So I think yeah, I do believe we were like the only couple that talked about it before. Because even Clint,
that talked about it. But
when I like the night when I told you about her at my mom's house making the pie and stuff, and then I
mhm.
told I had told Clint about it, and he was like, "Bro, like she's gonna say yes. Like you need to tell her." And then I had a talk with Chris, and then Chris was like, "Yeah, all the girls were talking, and like she's gonna say yes." So I'm glad we had that talk, like before.
Yeah. Okay. But I think what I was asking was, do the producers, what instructions do they give you? Do they stay out of it, or do they
As far as the
intervene in
decision,
some way?
as far as the
Yeah.
decision,
Or do
yeah,
they
I mean,
like do they
sometimes
yeah.
if they can kind of feel it going one way, that they might say just just try it until things might change after decision day. So maybe you just want to say yes on
Mhm.
decision day and see how things. Because I know there's been couples in the past that have said yes to decision day, but literally never
Mhm.
even moved in together, right? Like they said they might have said yes,
Mhm.
but then they were done a week or two later in real life. So sometimes
Yeah.
they do try to. Well, at least for me, they was. I feel like my producers were trying to push me in that direction, just say yes, just for a
Yeah.
decision day,
Yeah.
and then see if things will change. But yeah, I didn't. That wasn't the right
Yeah.
thing to do.
Do you have to tell producers what your decision is before you go in front of the
No,
experts?
no,
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Hmm.
But they're around
I
you.
always
Like
thought
when I say they in your business, they in your business. So they not dumb. Like they know
that.
everything. And then your producers, as annoying as they can be, like I love my producers at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because as you can imagine, in a like you said, you could never do reality TV. In a situation like that,
Yeah.
they're like your you're in between, between like they know what's even some of your family and friends don't understand the full scope. They know you're filming a reality
Yeah.
show, but they don't know everything. And then there's certain stuff you don't want to say on camera. There's certain stuff you
Yeah.
don't want to tell your spouse, but your producers,
Mhm.
they're right there, and you can. It's almost like a
Yeah.
therapist. It's almost like a therapist. You can literally tell them anything, and if you have a good producer, a lot of the stuff you do tell them that they'll keep. Some of the stuff you
Mhm.
can tell like, oh, y'all made that scene because I told you, like I see what you're doing. But
Something.
but some
Mhm.
stuff, especially if you got a good relationship and out of respect, like the reason that everybody wants to know. My producers know, but they never like forced me to say it or forced any type of narrative or,
Yeah.
or, or got messy with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's good. So you liked your producer though. I think that makes a difference.
yeah, it was a love hate relationship. But at the end of the day, I like if I saw either one of them right now, I'll give them a big old hug. Yeah, like I rock with my producers.
Okay. All right. So, Eris, you had no filter during your season. I think I want to understand like some of the things you said. When
Oh
you mentioned the orgy, the gooch, the Jasmine, what is your favorite sexual
yeah.
position? Was it just for shock value? What is the thought process? Why were you
Okay.
speaking so much?
And it took Jasmine a while to get used to it, but once she got used to it, like she could laugh and enjoy it too. So there would be times where you would just be tired of filming, honestly. Like you might be in the
Mhm.
same room for 4 hours, they're asking you the same questions, and then you got to refilm it. Oh, you need to say it again. And
Mm,
or they might be like, since me and her really we had no real storyline as far as the show, right? Like we're
yeah.
y'all not
Mhm.
arguing, y'all not having sex, like we're kind of boring. So they're just sitting around like we're filming scenes and they're trying to get something out of this scene. And whenever I could sense that, I
Mhm.
was like, you know what? I'm gonna just say something crazy. And I would say something, they'd be all right, thanks guys, like you guys are done for the day. You can so it got to a point where some of the stuff I just say it. Like I'm tired, Jasmine's tired, the poor cameraman in the corner, he about to fall asleep from holding, I'll just say something and then not everybody's laughing and then we're done. Some of it, a lot of it was just that. Just can we please
Okay.
get done? Oh, can we please get done with this scene? So let me give y'all something that y'all can use because we're not really giving y'all
Okay.
much, you know. Yeah,
Okay, that's good because I was like, what is going on here?
yeah.
um let me go back to decision day. I forgot to ask one last thing. A lot of people seem to think, I didn't think that, but I don't know why. A lot of people seem to think that Jasmine was going to say yes, but because she said no, you changed your mind. Is there any truth to that or no?
Uh, no, because like I said,
Because,
we already knew our decision before we
yeah,
went out there. Yeah, so
yeah. Okay. I know you already said
I
it. I
I
just
don't
wanted to
even know
put
if,
it out
I
there
don't
in
even know if I'm
future.
supposed to reveal that, but that's just like that's I'm just telling I'm just saying that's at least how it went for us. I can't speak for everybody
Yeah.
else. Like I mean,
Yeah, that's your truth.
yeah, we had to sit down and go through it. Like, so what is your decision? Like, I already know what she's about to say. Like, we talked about this like a week. I mean, I didn't know like
Mhm.
how she was going to explain it and give her reasonings, and all that. But
Reasons.
we both knew that we were saying no.
All right. So now, after she says that, and y'all decide, what was that whole thing about self love that you
Oh,
mentioned?
yeah, there was a moment on decision day where I was just kind of talking to kind of get through it. But I guess just
Mm-hmm.
in a sense of, I mean, I would imagine like someone telling you that you're not attractive that they don't find you attractive, and in that situation, it would kind of make you feel like somewhat insecure,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
I could sense it, like
Yeah.
just kind of like her light being dimmed in a sense. So it's more
Mm-hmm.
so. I mean, it's weird coming from me, but I really was just being like, yeah, like pop your shit, like whoever, like don't let me or anybody tell you like, you're not fine or you're not pretty. It sounds weird. I know it
Yeah.
sounds weird but that's all
Yeah.
I meant. I just want you to like, be confident and like loving yourself.
Yeah.
Like, don't let this situation kind of break you or bring you. That's easier said than
Mm.
done. You know what I mean? I'm not the one.
You-
If it had been on the flip side, I'm sure if it had been
Yeah.
somebody that I was really into and they're like, nah, bro, you're just not it for me, bro. Like, I would have felt some type of way. Like, you're human, So
Mm-hmm. I think you would have been great. Well, first of all, I thought maybe you shouldn't have said it at all. It's fine. She'll be all right. But I think if you had just
yeah,
said what you just said to me, that would have been great. But you were like, I wake up in the morning, I say, Airris, I love myself. You need to try that. And the question was there anything you want to say? And then even Jasmine was like, wait, what? You think I don't love myself?
yeah.
And I was like, why did he say that?
No,
So
I agree
I
with
just
you.
had to
And it's also
ask.
some of it's nerves too, because like you're in the moment,
Yeah.
it's quiet, you just sitting
Hmm.
there, So yeah, there was a lot of things I could have articulated differently, and that was definitely one of them.
Do you hate silence? Are you one of those who hates silence?
I love silence if it's like a meaningful
Okay.
silence. Like I love
Meaningful.
to meditate or just sit outside on the balcony, but on a set where there's cameras and
Mm.
lights and people just standing there like, I gotta get me out of here. So I'm gonna just say something.
Well, speaking of meditation, you're a big runner.
Yeah.
How did you get into running?
Oh, so during the pandemic, so like, early part of the pandemic, so we're talking like April 2020, I was living in LA, and LA
Hmm.
was next level with the shutdowns. Like you could go to the grocery store and that was it. Like even the gym in
Yeah.
my apartment building was closed. There was nowhere to work out. So I just started running,
Hmm.
and because there was nothing else to do. Literally, like I would go to work, I would come home. You can't go visit friends. Everybody's isolated. You get tired of going to the grocery
Hmm.
store. So I just started running, and I just kind of like fell in love with it. And then around that time, like run clubs started popping off and getting popular. So moved back home to
Hmm.
Nashville, got involved in the running community. Yeah, so it's been something that stuck with me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
really cool. So, how did you fit everything going back to the show, like your work, your activities, your daily life with the filming hours, and like you said, the confessionals where you have to film and answer
yeah.
questions over and over? And how did you fit all of that in? Could you travel at all or do anything?
Uh, you could travel, but it was kind of hard. Like I feel like yeah, you could travel because like Shaq went to Memphis one weekend. Yeah, you could travel.
Hmm.
But shout out to the producers because they do work with you, you know. And that was another one of our struggles too. We had opposite work schedules, but even in
Yeah.
that, they try to fit, you know, what they can. And so they usually do give you 2 days off a week of no filming, like you get 2 days to yourself. They're not always consecutive days, you know, like Saturday and Sunday or anything like that. But they do give you 2 days off to just kind of like leave you alone. But and they respect your schedule. Like, hey, Airris, what time you get off work? Okay, I get off work at 4. I got the run club at 6. All right, be back at the house at 7 o'clock, and they ready to
Hmm.
go. You know, they got everything set up, so they do a great job of kind of as much as they can for allowing you to have a balance.
Yeah.
Now, the one time
Yeah.
that I was pissed off about it, so couples retreat, we have to go like 4 hours away to
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, and we're up in the
Hmm.
mountains. But I had to go to work on that Monday. Like I had to be in person. So I go up to Gatlinburg, I drive back to Nashville, go to work, leave work early, drive back 4 hours. I'm sorry, I just been on the road for like 4.5 hours. I'm talking the moment I walk in the house. All right, Air's is here, like put a microphone on him, get him. I'm like, God, can I sit down? You know, can I just breathe? Like, can I use the
Hmm.
bathroom? You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. But, but besides that time, they were usually pretty good about
With that,
working around.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Your cast was one of those who were you guys really liked each other and it seemed like you
Oh
enjoyed
yeah.
filming with each other, but how was that for you doing group scenes? Did you prefer those to when they were one-on-one scenes or
The group
no preference?
scenes, probably the group scenes, because it's less about you get a break. You know what I mean? If it's just me and Jasmine,
Mm,
one of us kind of always got to be we got to be giving the camera something. You know what I mean? You just can't sit there. So
yeah.
in the group settings, it kind of like bounces around the energy shift, so you kind of get a
Yeah.
break. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely enjoyed that. And she did too.
Less
Like we
stressful.
we we would come back, and that was one of my favorite parts of our relationship. Just talking about
Pillow
everybody else,
talking.
pillow talking. Yeah, like I was with the girls, and this happened, or man, I can't believe he said that to her. You know, like just like I said, like we were really good friends. Unfortunately, like it was a friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
but it's no love lost. Like I saw her and him. I saw her and her.
Okay.
I saw them out at a farmers market. So in Nashville, we got this every first Friday. It's the
Yeah.
Black Farmers Market. So there's a bunch
Oh,
of like
nice.
DJs, black vendors, food, clothing, jewelry, people doing line dances.
Yeah.
Just a good old time, And I happened to see them
Uh-huh.
one time. We stopped. Hey, how you been? How your mom and them been? Just typical. And said what's up
Yeah.
to her now husband. He wasn't her husband then, but yeah, like
It was a
it's
friend
all
boy.
it's yeah, friend
Okay.
boy. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. There was a scene in the after shows, I don't know, the episodes that were after decision day when you
Okay.
guys regroup and everyone was like, "Oh, what did you say on decision day?" Did y'all really not know what everybody else did on decision
Oh,
day for real?
you
Okay.
can't tell by the you can't tell by the bad you can't tell by the
No,
bad acting.
I'm just clarifying because I was like, "We said
Oh
yes." I'm
no,
like, okay.
no.
I was just checking.
I mean, and if you
Okay.
watched the show, you pretty much knew everybody's answers. I think Shaq was the only one
Yeah.
that was kind of like caught people
Yeah.
by surprise.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew 'cause that's my
Did
that's my dog, but
That's
everybody
yeah.
else, like, yeah, you knew Chris and Nicole was gonna say yes, like that was obvious. You knew Clay and Gina were
Yes.
gonna say no, like they went the whole time sleeping in separate bedrooms, like
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
That's cool. Okay, so I have a couple of questions about the show, and it's just like little things. Like, for
Okay.
example, when you guys were packing up, I saw like a Hello Fresh menu. I don't know. Did I see that right? Did you guys
Oh
subscribe, or does
yeah,
the show pay for that, or how does that work?
I should not answer because they're not paying me. But no, shout out to HelloFresh. No, I subscribe to them. It was just we're so busy. It was an easy way to like just
Yeah.
make meals, come up with new meal ideas. I have a very a different diet than most people. So sometimes she'd be like, "What do you
Yeah.
eat?" or what do you even want to cook?
Mhm.
So but yes, but and she tried to make. She was doing that too. So that was
Yeah.
her another
Yeah.
kudos to her. She was,
You had a good one, Eris.
yeah. I know,
Not just
man.
for you,
I
but you
know
had a
she
good
was
one.
good. Yeah,
I mean, I hope that this new crop of people, when they go to Peacock, I hope they shell more money than Lifetime, because I don't understand why they wouldn't pay for a subscription for you, or even you saying like you drove back and forth, provide a car for you, just things like that. I
yeah.
think will help. So I hope now that they're moving to Peacock, there's more money, for that. What
Hopefully,
happens to your rings? For those of you who say no, what do you do with your rings?
you can. I mean, you could pawn them. You could. I don't know what she did with her ring. I feel like my ring is probably my center console of my car somewhere, like buried under some chain. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna go look for it when I get off this call. I don't know.
you, you, you don't have like a MAFS memorabilia box or something?
Nah,
That's
I
funny.
got my. I still got my crown from when I won the pageant king though.
The
Still got
pageant
that.
game. Okay.
Yeah, still got
I mean,
that.
that's good.
Yeah.
How's Cheese? How is Cheese? Is he married now? Did he get married to the girlfriend we saw?
They did not work out. And Cheese want to be married so bad.
Oh,
Cheese is a lover boy. So, hey, if they spin it
oh.
back, if they do Married at First Sight again in Nashville, pick Cheese. Cheese would be a.
I made so much fun of that. I was like, Cheese, why did he come on national TV with the name Cheese? I mean, it's better because you don't give your government name, but why Cheese? I mean, I
No,
know
but that's
that's his name,
literally
his
his name.
nickname.
Yeah, like
Nick.
no one calls him Charles. I've never heard anybody call him Charles. Yeah, but no,
Oh, it
Cheese is
didn't work
good.
out.
Yeah, they did not work out.
Okay.
So Cheese is single. If
Okay.
y'all, hey, if anybody find Cheese, hey, hit me. I can plug you with Cheese. Hey, we can get it working.
Who's more likely to get married, you or Cheese? First, to get married first.
Ooh. I'm gonna say me because I want that for me. I'm gonna just put that out in the universe. So I'm gonna say me.
Eris, what do you think? This is not a therapy session. I'm just curious. What do you think is
It's
stopping
feeling like
you?
it's feeling like a therapy session, but but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It's
What
been
do you
helpful.
think? You're welcome. If you had to pick something, what is stopping you from? Okay, would you agree that you have commitment issues? That's what everyone says. We don't know you, but you know
Yeah,
yourself. Hopefully, do you think you have commitment issues?
I think there's some truth to that. And back to the whole never been in love thing. Me and Pastor Cal, we was talking, and it wasn't filmed. And he kind of explained like what love. What I was telling him about a past situation. And he was like,
Mm,
you have been in love." And I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay." But maybe because it wasn't my idea of what
it
being
didn't
in
work
love
out.
was, I didn't put two and two
Yeah.
together. So I have been in love, haters, according to Pastor Calvin Robinson. Um, but I got hurt, and this is a lame excuse a lot of men use, but they like men get hurt, then they
Yeah.
it's like that starts the start of their villain journey. But for a
Yeah.
long time, I was just like, I do not want to feel like that again. Like when
Yeah.
loving will make you like, you know, you love will have you popping up at somebody's house unannounced because they didn't answer the phone. Like love, there have been whole albums, records made about the things people do for love. So I was kind of just nervous to even feel like an inkling of that. Um, but that was a while ago.
How old were
But
you
it's,
when that happened?
when that happened, like late, like 28, 20, but it happened back to back. I'm talking boom, boom. They got me right up out of there back to back. Yeah. And then I tried to circle back with one of them,
Oof. Oof.
and
And it happened again?
it was going good. No, that was on me. That was on. So the first time it was heard, but when we tried it again at like
Yeah.
maybe I mean 35 at the time, that was my fault.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
just
not going
for
to ask
some.
what you did.
I didn't do anything. Like it took
Mm,
me. I had a wall up, right? Because obviously this person hurt me
mm-hmm.
before, so it took a while to get that wall down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so we had to work through that, and then it was like a pivotal point in my life where I was trying to figure some stuff out, and her parents have been married her whole life, right? I've never had that like example
Mm-hmm.
up close. And my father died when I was young,
Yeah.
so I never been like around a
Mm-hmm.
married couple, just happy love, more specifically black love up close. And to see the
Yeah.
way her dad was like Superman, like the most amazing,
Mm-hmm.
perfect, and it was intimidating to me. And it was like kind of playing on my own insecurities about am I am I manly enough? Am I husband
Yeah.
material? But at the time, I was dealing with that on my own. I didn't let her know that. And she even suggested
Yeah.
we go to therapy, but I turned it down because I wasn't
Wow.
like I've been to therapy since then. That was years. But and at that time,
Yeah.
some people
Mm-hmm.
they're like, I don't need to go to therapy. Therapy's for weak people. Yada yada yada. Like
Yeah.
I was still in that mindset about it.
Okay. No.
Yeah. So that's
Another
so that's
one.
why it
Well,
wasn't like nothing. Another one. You crazy. It wasn't nothing. I did. It
just
was nothing I did. Yeah.
um you know whose story that sounds like? Shaq? Kinda, in a way.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. It
met,
does. Yeah.
her dad and was thinking all of that. So okay. You mentioned the open marriage, but in the reunion you explained what happened. You said
Yeah. That was.
you were just joking and they twisted it.
Yeah.
Is there
Totally
any other
joking.
things you can
And that was another
Hey,
one of them
we know.
moments where I was like, I'm ready to wrap this scene up. Y'all sitting here, y'all asking us these dumb questions, and then the way my mind
Oh
worked,
man.
and sometimes she would even like pinch me, or she'd be like, Airris, what are you? Because she know, like, it got to a certain point where she knew, like, if it got real quiet, she probably thinking like, Airris is about to say something
Yeah.
off. Whoa. And that was one of those moments. So yeah,
Yeah.
I was totally joking
Okay. For the experts, I think
about that. Okay.
for your season, did you have Dr. Pia and Devon rotating,
Yeah, we
or
had
you
both.
just had Dr. Pia full time? If you had to pick one, I ask everybody this: who would you have picked?
Ooh, they were both pretty helpful to me. I would probably pick, selfishly, I would pick Dr. Pia just because she was like one of the few people that was on my side. Like, oh, it just felt, it's like I needed a hug for 7 weeks. Somebody just came and put their arms around me, and be like, Eris, I see you. Like, some of the stuff you've been saying, like that makes sense. Everybody else is like, Eris, Eris, Eris. This is your fault. Like, da 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 da. But no, so shout out to Dr. Pia. Yeah, I would pick her.
Okay, it's not because she's cute. Because listen, Alexis was straight up. She's like, Devon was cute, and that's who I wanted to see.
Oh,
But
when he came on the show, when I tell you
yeah.
some of the producers that had been walking around looking homeless, they had makeup. They was dressed to the nines that day. I was like, what is going on? They're like, oh, Devon Franklin coming. I was like, okay, because I ain't never seen you look like you acted different, like everybody. Them all the producers. It was so funny. But yeah, it was cool. Both of them were dope though.
Oh. Okay, that's cool. Well, we got Dr. Pia, and I like how she holds people's feet to the fire.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you had somebody that was on your side. Um, so, I mean, you've kind of mentioned and you said you were in your head, but I do have some listener questions that they sent in, and it
Okay.
was like, do you think you gave your marriage a fair shot? Like you gave
No.
everything that you could.
No, I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, I don't. I've,
Okay.
I mean, I think most people, like you want to be with somebody you find physically attractive, but then also there's people that's like, that was a possibility. Why'd you even go on the show? So I feel like in that aspect, but like I
Yeah,
said,
that's my question
not
too.
not in my defense, but they talk about it so much. Like I'm sitting there not even thinking about the whole attraction thing. Like, we could be talking about sports.
Yeah.
Like, hey, back over here. Like, we need y'all to talk about sex or what, like, So it just I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Hmm.
wasn't prepared for that. Like, give me a break. Like, do I gotta say it? Then I'm saying it. I believe words have power. If y'all asking me the same question every day, and I gotta say I'm not attracted, the attraction's not there. Like, it's gonna stick even more.
Yeah. So for you, did they ask you who your celebrity crushes were, or did they ask for pictures of your exes? Because I hear they do
Yeah,
that.
they ask for pictures of your exes, and they ask you for your celebrity crush. Yeah, they do both.
Okay.
And you got to be in the
And
picture. You got to be in the picture with your ex. You can't send them a picture of Rihanna talking about I should date Rihanna.
okay, that's good. That's good. I I don't know. Some people don't have types. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it is helpful, but
Yeah,
would you say they were close or no to your exes? Were they in the
yeah.
same vicinity or they went
I would say no.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
And your celebrity crushes are still the same? Still Serena, Meg the Stallion, or have you added anyone new?
I think I said Laura London at the time. Um,
They didn't air.
uh, some people I don't know their name. Ooh. Oh, Coco
Not
Jones,
Zendaya.
Coco Jones, but she just got
Oh, okay.
married, so she off the market. Yeah, that's a few.
You keeping tabs? She got engaged
Today broke my
today.
heart. I knew, I knew they was dating. I knew they was dating, but it's like, wow,
yeah.
yeah, shout out to her.
Okay. Someone wants to know how tall you are and what's your sign.
I am 6 feet, a real 6 feet, not like 5'9", 5'10", and I'm rounding it up 6 feet. And I'm a Taurus. April Taurus to be exact.
Oh gosh.
What you mean?
Okay.
Oh God, who hurt you?
I'm nothing. Nobody hurt me. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just they're usually stubborn, so it
Yeah,
takes
okay,
a
yeah, I
while.
can agree to that.
All right, I'll round this up. Like, what was your favorite moment and your least favorite moment on the show?
My favorite moment by far was a day that wasn't filmed. It was Labor Day, so it was a holiday, so they gave the entire cast a day off, and we all just like hung out by the pool.
Hmm.
We all invited friends over. It was just like an amazing. I wish they could
Yeah,
have filmed that day because it showed us in like such a happy light, like everybody like
yeah,
laughing, and I feel like, and that was kind of towards the end of the season.
yeah.
But
Hmm.
it really brought us closer together. And my least favorite, uh, oh, the little when we was doing the lion dancing, that was whack. That was so whack how they did me. When I it didn't even seem that bad in the moment. But when I watched it on TV, I was like, oh y'all playing. Y'all I see what y'all did. Y'all was in the editing room. Y'all was cooking up. Cause they made it seem like yeah, like she was upset, she went outside, she cried.
Hmm.
But we like an hour later we was laughing about it. Like we was at the house. I think they even made it seem like I slept on the couch that night. Like I still slept in the bed. We was laughing about it. Like, yeah, but when you watch it on TV, you'd have thought, oh my gosh, how could Airris do that? Like, I can't. And it wasn't even that deep. We was two stepping. I might have took one step. Like that's how quick it was.
But
And
okay, just this is a chance for you to clear it up. So you did not. I think what happened that time. It seemed like you ignored her and went to dance with the instructor.
no, the instructor clearly seen I was struggling to like learn the steps. So she kind of came closer and was like showing me. And I was just like, like looking down, standing next to her, following her along, like doing the step. It's not
Yeah.
like we was listening to soca music, like grinding on each other's bodies. Like it wasn't that deep. But I just think the time the place we were at in our relationship, anything
Hmm.
could have like, just stirred up a lot of emotions in Jasmine. So I feel like that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Okay. If okay, I know I don't know if you've watched the other seasons or if you keep up with them,
I
but
watched the
is
past
there any
seasons. I watched the past, not the future seasons.
before
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
before you. Okay. Is there anyone that you could see yourself matched with
Probably
among
Jasmina.
them? That was my guess.
See you. See, look, we here.
I got you.
We here.
That,
Yeah, you got me.
that was my guess. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Do you guys have like a maths club? Do you guys meet up? Is there like a group chat outside of your season? Is there like how often do you guys see each other? Or just you're in the city and you're like, "Hey, I'm in your town." How does that work?
Probably in the town. We have like a group chat from our season um,
Mhm.
with everybody. Then there's a guys only group chat from our season, and then
Mhm.
me and Chris, we were in a this past year. We were in a fantasy football league with like 12 guys from other seasons.
Okay.
But mostly, I see Shaq the most, and that's probably. I
Yeah.
know, like you go on the show to find a spouse married at first sight, but that was my favorite part about like just really finding. Like I know some people keep in touch because they was on the season together, but Shaq is like one of my best
Yeah.
friends now, and that never would have happened
Yeah.
without the show. Like that's I just
Oh.
saw him. I just saw him last weekend in New York, and hit like Shaq's mom texts me like all the time, like good morning. Like I feel like I'm her
Yeah.
adopted son. Like yeah, so yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably one of my favorite parts too.
I mean, it's nice because Nicole comes on the show. She's guested with me a couple of times and she talks about it all the time, like how
Yeah,
everyone, like no one is singled out. Because at first I thought maybe because Dom and Mac left early, they weren't really part of the flow, but it seems like everyone is on good terms and you guys talk and all.
yeah. Nobody's on. I wouldn't say nobody's on bad terms. The guys are definitely closer than
Yeah.
sometimes women can be little extra.
Watch it now.
Yeah, I know I'm already in hot water, so
Don't get in
I'm a
trouble.
yeah. So, but yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, we everybody's good.
All right, that's cool. So before I let you go, is there any misconception about you that you want to clear up now? Like anything about the show where you represented wrong, anything you want to or you take it like a man and was like, "You know what? I did this, I said this, it's fine."
Most of the stuff I'm gonna just take it on the chin, like I said it, but like I said, some of the stuff it was just me trying to get done with the scene. I still feel like I didn't get shown in a fair light. Like I don't know. Some of the messages were like, "Oh, you're such an asshole," or "Who do you think you are?" I don't think I'm anybody. I'm just me, and I wanted to like give as normal of an experience as I can. Like just because I don't find somebody attractive, that doesn't mean I'm conceited or I think I'm better. Like there's people that don't find me attractive. Like and
Yeah.
they have the right to do so. So I would just say, yeah, for the most part. But also, even like when I would read some of the comments, I understand because
Mhm.
I watched the show. Even
Yeah.
though I went
Yeah.
through it, some of the edits don't look like how it happened. So if I didn't know how stuff really happened, I might have some of the same opinions as those people. So even
Yeah.
sometimes when I do get like those crazy messages, it's like it sucks reading, but I kind of understand where some of the people are coming from. So
Yeah. And
yeah,
I think, perception is reality. And again, speaking from the viewer's point of view, you were kind of portrayed as unserious. Like you really weren't there for marriage and they made you like
yeah,
everything was sexual. So when you couple that, it'll be like, well, he never was going to find anyone attractive anyways. And when you put that together,
yeah.
there's no good
But
way out
then
of it.
I know it's ugly. So I wish, like I said, I wish both of us could have had a better experience. Like if I
Yeah.
would have, and looks aren't everything because they could have matched me with somebody I thought was super fine, and then we could have maybe made it past decision day. But who knows what would have happened 6 months or a year from now, a year from then. But
Yeah.
I do feel like I would have. It would have been it would have looked a lot better on TV if I was
Yeah.
you know present in the moment with somebody that I was into. You know,
Yeah.
I would
And
definitely
didn't
been
have
shocked.
sex 2 weeks before.
That part too. That part too.
well, well, I mean, Eris, this was such a pleasure talking to you. My wish for you is the next time we chat, I'm not going to go that far. I was going to say, I hope you experience married sex, but I'm going to say, I'm going to short term goal is I hope that you are not in a complicated situation.
I want that too. I want that too.
You got to work
That's
harder.
I'm I receive it. I receive that energy from you. I receive it. Just
All
trust
right.
me.
Well, I'm going to try and we'll do a check back. And then I'll be like, I
Okay.
want you in a relationship with XYZ.
I'm
Although,
gonna
I
be
will tell
standing
you
on
though,
it firm.
I will tell you though, the minute you share your girlfriend, Eris, you have to be prepared for everyone to start saying,
I
"Oh, this
know.
was his type. Oh,
Yeah,
this was
this
the issue."
I I'm already. I know it's gonna come. She don't even look. She not even all of that. That is like is, and that's not even fair to that person either. But it just kind. It
No,
is what
it's
it
not.
is. Yeah, it
It's the
is what it
world we
is.
live in now. So,
Yeah.
all right. Do you want to share with people where they can send those comments over to you, or if you have any charity? Because I know you do charitable work, also, or anything you want to share out there. Now is a chance for you to share that with the people.
I got some good charities coming up that aren't official yet. I'm working with some people, so I'll definitely be posting them to my social media, most likely Instagram here soon. So just stay out on the lookout for that. And when I do post, I would appreciate if you guys could help.
Okay. Do you want to share your handle, or you want to keep that
Oh, I mean, I just figured people knew
to
already, but
yourself?
it's Airris, my first name, AIRRIS underscore DW. And I'm really only
Okay.
active on Instagram. I think I might have missed the TikTok wave. Yeah,
You too old, bro.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That missed the TikTok wave. That's too much for Unc.
All right. I hope your sneaker collection is thriving.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. All right, guys. You know where to find me. It's also called MAFS on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads. And if you'd like to give me a 5-star rating, please do so on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And until the next time, I'll talk to you then. Bye, guys.